God. Peace and blessings. Friday, April the 6th, the year 2018. I wanted to document that they are stopping Mike from communicating with his wife and vice versa. Here's an email. You kind of have to read it from the bottom upwards, but I said, peace and blessings, Pat. Mike's mailing address, unless they move him again, and then I gave the mailing address for Mike Parsons because I want Pat Parsons and Mike Parsons, who are husband and wife, to be able to communicate directly with one another, right? They've got Mike in prison for supposedly felon in possession. He should have been labeled a felon in the first place, but his wife is the one who had a gun in a safe, and Mike did not have access to it. So they need to be able to communicate about Mike's case, because Mike hasn't even been to trial yet. And then if you'll read this, it says, Pat Parsons says, I just talked to counselor, and I have to wait until Mike is through with the courts, or I will not be approved. God bless and walk sacred. And then here's my response back to Pat. I said, peace and blessings, Pat. This is written today, April the 6th. I talked to Mike, and he said this is unexpected. Mike will need to speak with you before he goes to court. You are his witness, and you both should be allowed to communicate. I don't know what to do except maybe continue to ask your counselor. After you explain to your counselor that Mike needs to speak with you prior to his court, and if they continue to deny you the ability to communicate with Mike, then make sure you ask who is the person responsible for denying my communications to my husband. Try to get them to put their decision in writing. Try to get them to put their decision in writing, and try to get the name of the person responsible for making that decision so that they can be held accountable. Praying for a miracle for all of you in Christ Jesus. So what do you guys think about the fact that they are not letting Mike Parsons write a letter to Pat, and Pat can't write a letter to Mike? I mean, isn't that terrible? I mean, they're husband and wife, for goodness sake. She's a witness in his trial, and you would think that they would need to be able to communicate with each other and interview your witnesses. Not only that, they're married. I mean, it's terrible that they're not able to communicate directly with one another, and everything has to go through third parties, namely me. I would like for them to be able to write to each other directly, but do you guys think that's normal? It seems terrible to me. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys really want to, write a letter to Mike or Pat, that would even be preferred. I don't want to be the slow person in the middle that slows everything up. So if you have something to say about this and you think it's important that Mike or Pat know, their addresses are on the homepage of yearofjubilee.com. Let me just show you where that is. If you go to Gideon's Army and scroll down, yeah, right there you'll get Mike Parsons' address, and right there you'll get Pat Parsons' address. And so maybe you have some information on how they can fix this problem. Take care. God bless. Have a great Friday.